You want to buy a digital course? What should you look for? Hey there, enterprisers, what's good? It's Jason Ligo here again. And in this video, I want to talk to you about what to look for in a digital course. That's right, what to look for in a digital home study online course, whatever you want to call it. We know that we are in the age of digital learning, okay? And it's never been more prevalent than it is now. Even before the pandemic, a lot of people were doing a lot of online stuff, a lot of training online and so on. And we live in a time now where if you want to access information, you certainly can. And there's a lot of good information out there. People are learning how to do all types of things using online courses and learning from them. Everything from photography to culinary arts. And now, of course, we're talking about business, right? The world of online marketing and how to start an online business and things like these are also available by way of online learning, okay? But it goes without saying that you have to be careful about what you're investing in when you're trying to buy an online course. What are the specific things that you should be looking for when you are buying an online course in order to make sure that you get the most bang for your buck and also to make sure that you're not getting scammed in any type of way? All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. I'm going to show you right now the top 3 things to look for when you're investing in an online course. Number 1, credible instructor. Credible instructor. Now, I say this as number 1 simply because I believe it should be shown that much particular importance. The reality is I would definitely shy away from anything that does not at first have this, okay? And so what I'm referring to are a lot of these courses online where they're basically PowerPoint presentations or slide presentations, but there's not a face behind the product, okay? I would highly stay away from things like this. The reason for it is how can you even begin to vet the quality of it? You know, if there's not someone who's willing to stand behind it, then how do you even know you're getting a good education? How do you know you're getting a good product? And so first and foremost, have a credible instructor. Imagine this. Imagine if you wanted to take a culinary arts type of a course. Maybe you wanted to learn how to cook or do something like that. And you have 2 products available to you. One where it is Gordon Ramsay standing behind it, right? Versus one where there's not a face at all, but they claim to show you how to become a chef. Or let's continue another scenario. Maybe perhaps it is a discounted product that is much cheaper than the one that's got Gordon Ramsay's face behind it. You know, Masterclass in Cooking by Gordon Ramsay versus How to Become a Michelin Star Chef in 30 Days Flat. And yet there's no one there to show you how it's done, right? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Adversely, if there was a person standing here, that gives you something to work with. Imagine if that person that was standing there said, I can show you how to become a Michelin star chef, but they've never done it before. You know, what would you say to that? I know that you think it's ridiculous, right? And you're absolutely right, it is. And yet this is the exact same type of thing that is happening over and over again, and people are getting scammed out of their money because they're listening to experts with no expertise in how to do the things that they did. Now, do you have to be an absolute multi-gazillionaire to teach someone how to make money? No, but you should be an expert of some sort, okay? This is why in the course that I promote and in the course that I have, that I sell, the first thing I do is I take people through my story so that they know that they're talking to someone and learning from someone who has been where they are and has also have something to show for it, and this is something that always continues as well. If you were to look me up, you can see the things that I'm known for in the communities that I'm not known for and the things that I've been able to do with regards to my specific expertise. At the time of this video, just tomorrow, before catching a flight back home, I'm traveling on the road now, but before I go back home, I'm actually going to be at a live event tomorrow where I'm going to be part of an expert panel coaching session with other 6- and 7-figure earners that I'll be sharing the stage with, and we're going to field questions from a community of people who want to know how to make it online and start a business online. And again, this is just the type of things that I'm doing. And I don't say that to impress you or to brag to you, and certainly not to impress you in any certain way, but rather just to impress upon you that, again, I got a little bit of experience and expertise with the things that I'm talking about. More importantly, the product that I sell. I would feel very terrible trying to sell a product to someone, teaching them how to do something that I've never done. Does that make sense? And so as a consumer, you want to make sure you're looking out for that as well. Do not buy a product from someone who does not know how to do what they're claiming to teach you how to do. Does that make sense? So, credible instructor first. Number 2, quality information. Okay, quality information. We live in a day and time where now everything is so competitive, where you want to make sure that you're delivering first quality to your customers, right? And again, I keep referring to my course. Obviously, I'd be happy for you to check it out, but it's just one of those things that even if you didn't buy my product, I want you to know that this is where my heart is too. And I firmly believe in this type of thing because if you're not offering good quality information to your customer, how do you expect to be in business? When you're competing with the next person in line and so many other people, especially in these highly saturated markets like information marketing, like make money online, like wealth, and all these things, you have to make sure that you set yourself apart somehow. Not necessarily that your information has to be cutting edge or different, because there's only so many things, right? I firmly believe that there's not a whole lot of things new under the sun. You have to make sure then that your quality is good, okay? This is why, again, if you look at my course, one of the things that I absolutely made sure to do was to make sure that all of my video training modules were clear, easy to follow, but also they popped a certain way. Not only is it good quality information because I'm teaching it, but they're clear to see, they're easy to understand, they're easy to follow, and again, there's a certain level of quality that you're not willing to compromise. So quality information, please make sure that that is an absolute priority for you. Number 3, and finally, copyable resources. That's right, copyable resources. Now in business, you have what's called an escalation model. And it's true, every business model basically encompasses something like this, where you have different things to sell at different price points because of the quality of information or the depth of information provided. For instance, if you go to a dentist's office, you'll pay one price for a cleaning versus another price for a root canal, okay? The same is true in information marketing. However, you also want to get to a place where your products do stand in and of themselves, so that way the person doesn't feel like they absolutely need to invest a whole lot more money, otherwise they're not going to get a whole piece of the pie. Hopefully that makes sense. And that's where this thing of copyable resources comes in. Yes, I do have higher price ticket stuff where, if you want to work with me on a consulting basis or a coaching basis, it's going to cost you a lot more money than my home study course. However, my home study course, my digital do-it-yourself, study yourself online digital course does stand by itself. Everything that you need to get started from the beginning and hit the ground running is there, including the resources and the tools and a lot of other things that you can use at your disposal. I never like the idea of charging a little bit extra for that or charging you differently for that. That's just the way that I like to do it. And again, one way to set yourself apart in this crazy market, all right, that's highly saturated and highly competitive, is to do things that separate you. And I believe that offering a tier or a suite of copyable resources, or at least giving someone the next steps, that make it attainable and easy for them to go ahead and progress, that is definitely something of major value. So of course, again, just talking about my course, yes, I do have a recommended resources page. A lot of these things you can get started with for free or come with free trials that I've been able to, negotiate for you to make sure that help you save money. If you want to go ahead and do these things, you don't have to, but it's there if you want to, okay? Copyable resources, it's one of those things now where if you're not getting a batch or a suite of these with the products and services you're buying, particularly online courses, then I say stay away from them. All right, my friends, listen, I hope that this was helpful. Now, obviously, give me a like and a comment and a subscribe, but hit the notification bell. That's the most important thing, and that way you don't miss out on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. Hopefully, this was helpful in terms of helping you decide what to look for when you're buying an online course. Now, with all that said, obviously, I've been talking about mine because I've got one for sale, and I think you really appreciate it. I believe it is the greatest online course ever right now that shows you exactly how to get started in this crazy day and time to launching an online business practically overnight, even if you have no experience, okay? And again, I invite you to check it out because you can watch over my shoulder as I teach you exactly what to do. These are the exact same things that I'm doing in my business, and I'm telling you, it'll be well worth your while if you want to check it out, okay? So go ahead and make sure that you do that. You can click on the link in the description, or you can just go to digitalfreedomjumpstart.com. Go there. I'll see you there. I'll show you how to do this. We'll get started. It'll be a blast. All right, my friends, I'm out. Take care. See you later.